Hi, thanks for tuning into the Imagination Economy. We shot a bunch of videos when we were down at South by Southwest, and we want you to watch them. We saw a bunch of startups from Canada and the United States. We met some really interesting researchers and we did some interviews with them. If you don't know what South by Southwest is, it's this huge conference that takes place in Austin. There's big concerts that take place. There's large exhibits taking place in the exhibit hall. There's great panel talks, and there's a lot of networking, and just a lot of fun is had. It combines technology, film, and music all in 1 week in Austin, and it's a fantastic experience. And here's some of the interviews that we shot.
James, tell me a little bit about your company and what you guys are working on from Toronto, Canada.
Sure thing. ShelfLife is the future of collecting. So at shelflife.net, collectors get everything they need in one place. We leverage a permanent data spine, a record of every collectible ever made, tracked all the way down to the parts level, and we use that to automatically match collectors in our next generation marketplace based on the wants and haves they express when managing their collections.
So the collector market, tell me a little bit about how big is the collector market in Canada or North America or the world?
Yeah, there's tremendous size in the collector market. We're talking about 30 million collectors in North America alone, spending over $110 billion a year. Worldwide, more like $500 billion. So it's a huge roll-up of several major verticals.
So before you started creating this product, what would a collector do?
I mean, the pain point for collectors is that they've got to go all over the web. They've got to go to eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, Kijiji. They've got to use a spreadsheet to manage their collection. They're going on old PHP, BB-based message boards to communicate with other collectors and to socialize, and we're tying that all together in one place.
When did you guys get started, and how many people are on your team?
We've been working on this for about a year. We've got 4 people full-time on staff, and now we're looking to ramp up.
So you're located in Toronto. Are you in an incubator of some kind, or do you have your own office?
We were part of the Mars Jolt Accelerator program through to November, and now we're out on our own trying to do major growth hacking and to build the team.
Cool. So are you doing an investment round in the near future?
Yeah, we're trying to raise $750K so that we can ramp up to 8 full-time staff and give ourselves like a 1.5-year runway to really go global with this product.
So you're located in Toronto. Tell me about why you set your company up there.
Well, we were living in Toronto. Toronto's a great up-and-coming tech community. Certainly the Mars Innovation Center has been very supportive, and we've got a growing understanding in Toronto about the need to facilitate relationships cross-border. So there's great relationships growing in Toronto between Toronto and New York, Toronto and the Valley, here in Austin, etc.
So tell me a little bit about what you think are some of the unique advantages you find as a tech company in Toronto.
Probably one of the unique advantages is we have a really excellent tax structure in Canada that's probably not known to U.S. investors. That makes it really, there's no issue with a U.S. investor investing in a Canadian company because they can take advantage of shred credits and other things like that. There's also a lot of incubation activity that's been founded in Toronto in the last couple of years, and it's created a real hotbed of new companies. You're seeing, ShopLocket doing major rounds down here, and a few other companies that have really exploded in the last year.
So tell me a little bit about, you got a company, you're in Canada. Tell me, and you're in Toronto, it's a cool city, you got a great music scene, you got a good theater district.
North by Northeast, the sister festival to South by Southwest.
So what are some of the important things that you've learned as a CEO of a company about imagination and creativity beyond just the technical development part, but how important has being a real creative individual been to creating your company?
It's tremendously important in this day and age to have fantastic world-class UI, UX, so user experience design, to put out there to the users right away that you're a world-class brand. That's tremendously important. It's also really important from the other side of creativity to be constantly being able to reinvigorate and innovate within your own product, to iterate and to look at the data that's coming back from the users, that's coming back from the servers, and to use that to improve the product and to pivot where you need to keep your company moving in the right direction.
You're in Toronto. What do you think Toronto needs to learn from other technology hotbeds in the world? What can they do better in Toronto?
I think our investors are still slightly more conservative than you might find in the Valley, and that can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how their plays, how everything plays out with those investments. I mean, but there's certainly room for growth. There's room for additional investors. I mean, it's a pretty tight-knit community right now. We pretty much know all the VCs in our ecosystem. Whereas in the Valley, when we went down to launch last week, there was 50, 60 new faces we'd never met before.
So where do you think Canada's smartest city is?
I mean, I think that's a hot competition. You've got Montreal, a real hotbed. Waterloo's got great incubators going on. Toronto and Vancouver with Grow Lab. I mean, it's a toss-up.
So do you know who the actual winner is, according to Maclean's magazine?
Would it happen to be Victoria?
Yeah, it's Victoria, BC. Thanks very much.
So we hope you enjoyed that interview. We're from Victoria, British Columbia. We call it the Imagination Economy because our city's made up of great creative people that are doing cool stuff. Come by and visit sometime, have some craft beer, check out some live music, or join a tech company. It's a great place. We put a URL down below, theimaginationeconomy.com. Check us out, and thanks for watching.